You actually thought you could hide from me? You're making me feel bad, man. Fuck. I'll tell you what.
Hello everyone, it is the Actual Shifter here, and we are here with the 60th Multiverse Wars episode. And not just that, we have a 4v2 battle today. The fighters here are Elliot, Brandon, Jimbo, Xavier, and Elmer from Elliot Goes to School, the series by Kiddo706, well, rest in peace to him, and Omni-Man and Invincible from the Invincible series. And yeah, I know this is a pretty insane matchup right now, but personally, I like ending every 10 episodes of Multiverse Wars with a big ending or like weird fighter matchup, or a pretty insane one anyway. And just to say one more time, this is in no disrespect to Kiddo706. I heavily respect him pretty well. He makes pretty funny videos, or at least he used to, but he's gone now, so rest in peace to him. And yeah, all the memories to him too. I remember reacting to his videos, like, for videos, but they're gone now from my old channel, so yeah. This is just to see who would win between Elliot and his friends and Omni and Invincible, so yeah. And also for Omni and Invincible, we're going to be using both of them from the comics because, the show is still on its footing. It's just really going to be starting its third season, so it has a lot of keeping up to do with the comics, so we're just going through those, like the books and stuff like that, comic books. So, yeah. Also, Elliot and his friends will be at their maximum power, or at least have their full capabilities and powers realized, due to the fact that the series Elliot Goes to School takes place in Gary's mod, or Gmod for short. The game where you can do pretty much anything you want, per se. Spawn anything like weapons, objects, animals, do some crazy shit, wacky shit like that. You've seen Gmod videos before. I've seen them before, and you can do there. So, now that we've got on full characters and, rules set in stone, without further ado, here we go. Elliot Goes to School is a series created by the late Kiddo706. It mainly follows a fictionalized version of the creator himself, along with his adventures at school, ranging from Mondays to field trips. The series began on July 21st, 2009, with its pilot episode, Elliot is Late for Work, but the series didn't start properly until September of 2009 with the very first episode, Elliot Goes to School, with over millions of views to date. But now let's talk about the main crew. Elliot is the main character of the series and is shown to be a troublemaking slacker, and also tends to make a lot of unfunny jokes. He seems to be the rival of the high-pitched Brandon, and is one of the many students of Mr. Cool and Mr. Higglesworth. In the very first episode, he showed many stats and feats. He can survive many things like falling from great heights, getting hit by objects, and cars, for example, by a cinder block, an alarm clock, cars again, getting blown up, and crashing into helicopters. He's also very good at evading danger when the time calls for it, such as in pep rallies, where he manages to escape Mr. Higglesworth and his enemies, and avoiding being killed by him. He can also fast enough to dodge bullets, and can pretty much dodge his way out of danger at any given time. Next is Brandon. Brandon is known as Elliot's friend, or somewhat rival. He is also known for causing a lot of trouble and also chewing Elliot out most of the time. He is also known for overusing the word gay, and has verbally fought with Mr. Higglesworth for his baldness in one episode, and he also actually fakes the high-pitched childish voice and has a tendency to verbally have a brawl against people, such as arguing back with his first period teacher. But as for his powers and abilities, He actually has them because he has claimed that he can read minds in the episode Field Trips and seems to possess telekinesis because he was powerful enough to physically throw both Dan and Chris out of a window without any physical contact in the Mondays episode. Jimbo is known for shouting out random phrases like bananas or lollipops, and he has also gone out for a couple of arguments, settling Elliot and Brandon's fur fag quarrel and making a comeback at Mr. Higglesworth, calling him a scene. Although he has never shown any real feats throughout the series, he does fly away at the end of Elliot Goes Camping thanks to that fucking bucket or rocket thing shit stuck to his ass maybe, providing that he can do something here in this fight against Omni-Man and Invincible. And he can also keep up with Elliot and Brandon pretty often. Xavier Wesley, commonly referred to as Xavier 310, retard! Yeah, sorry. Or simply Xavier for short. He is a stereotypical depiction of a nerd with a computer game addiction. He is the hacker of the group as he often hacks in the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall thanks to his sort engine by executing commands via either a lone computer or a laptop, pretty much playing with reality, as seen in pep rallies where he runs from Mr. Higglesworth using his keyboard. He is also known for his lead hack Jimbo, and is seen setting him Jimbo on fire, and is causing Mr. Higglesworth and his hitman enemies to explode thanks to the keyboard's reality warping power. Wesley is arguably the strongest member of the group in terms of hacks and abilities. And finally, we have Elmer. Elmer is the creepiest character in the series, and the most random. For his abilities, he does have superhuman strength and can eat through any material. And he's also strong enough to punch Jimbo through a door, launching a desk at him. But now it's time to talk about the team's weaknesses. While they are friends, really, they could still often lash out against each other, causing more chaos than necessary, which could take a while to solve. But overall, Team Elliot and Friends has the power and insanity to ensure that they get out of a situation unscathed. Nolan Grayson is an alien called a Viltrumite, born on the planet called Viltrum. He was born to his father named Emperor Argal, who was the first Viltrumite leader. When he was very young, his father was killed due to a turncoat who no longer believed in the Viltrumites' violent ways. Nolan was too young to remember anything about his father. His true heritage was hidden from the records in order to hide him from his Viltrumite enemies. After which he fought and conquered planets for hundreds of years. Then he was set to conquer the planet Earth, in which he met Debbie and gave birth to his son, Mark Grayson, aka Invincible. Omni-Man is definitely stronger than the average Viltrumite, seeing how he was widely revered by his people and has shown many impressive feats throughout the comics. For one, he can hold his breath for 2 weeks, has alien tech in his ears which allows him to transmit and hear other people's thoughts, and has a very durable shell thanks to his smart atoms, which allows Viltrumites to be really durable and survive insane injuries while continuing to fight. As for his attack quantity and durability, Nolan is around multi-continental to planet level because he, along with Mark and another character named Thaddeus, destroy the planet Viltrum by simply ramming into it really fast and really hard. So yeah, plus he's also so fast that he flew from the Earth to the Virgo super cluster within a week, and was able to hold his own against Frag, who can react to his flight speed. And he also kept up with a post-power-up Alan the Alien, who can dodge Viltrumite warships and has reaction speeds that are canonically comparable to his travel speeds. And for his durability, Omni-Man survived being beat on by several different Viltrumites throughout the Viltrumite War, some encounters with Ragnars that are just as powerful as Viltrumites, and even held his own against the Guardians of the Globe. Well, I mean, he kind of one-shotted them in the comics, unlike in the show, but still. He also can still endure many nasty flesh wounds or injuries and still continue to fight regardless. Mark Grayson is a half-human, half-Viltrumite superhero with the same powers and abilities as Omni-Man, that being super strength, flight, durability, and speed, and he was raised in a household with his father, Omni-Man itself, and the aforementioned Debbie. He was also a part of the destroying the planet Viltrum feat, but he also threw a golem past the moon at near light speeds, And after receiving a power boost from Adam Eve, Mark was even capable of fighting on par with Thrag and eventually defeated him. Though of note, this was due to the fact that they were both burning in the sun and their punches were dealing serious blows to each other, and Mark nearly died by nearly burning up the sun before Alan the alien saved him. But his speed is also even more impressive because he can averagely fly around 800,000 kilometers per hour or Mach 671, but he can also casually go up to Mach 1513.386 by covering 8,000 miles in over like 25 seconds. And plus, he could keep up with other characters such as Nolan, Alan, and even the rest of the other Viltrumite characters, or even other Earth superheroes and shit. And for more of Invincible's feats, he easily lifted a massive pillar, was able to bench press more than 400 tons, along with being stronger than Tech Jacket, who grappled with Null, who lifted an entire town. And he's even capable of lifting and throwing large ships into outer space. Then, alongside that, he survived a long and gruesome battle with Conquest, one of the most powerful characters within the Invincible series. But, as for both of their weaknesses, the smart atoms of the Viltrumites can't withstand high enough temperatures for long periods of time. So, with prolonged exposure to heavily weakening their strength and durability, yeah, prolonged heat and stuff will pretty much weaken them in general, and as well as the atomic bonds are just ripped apart. And pinpoint their high sensitivity to sound waves can disrupt the Viltrumite's internal ear, which can make them struggle to fly, cause them intense pain, and even possibly even killing them, like when Robot killed an evil Invincible, really Mohawk Mark. But in the end, both Omni-Man and Invincible show that even if you're down for the count, you never give up, because that will show that you are truly omnipotent and invincible. So now that we've gone over both of these teams, it's time we talk about who would actually win this fight. And to be fair, Omni-Man and Invincible will put up a really good fight because they are really strong and really fast, but when it really comes down to it, it really kind of comes to who can out-hacks who, and this clearly goes to the Elliot Goes to School team because they're in Gmod, which means that Gmod is a game where you can pretty much do whatever you want, include spawn items and, disappear from the map and anything else. Omni-Man and Invincible don't have any type of counter to those Gmod powered abilities, and especially towards Xavier, who can pretty much just technically delete them out of existence, though once again, they will be really hard fight to keep up with Omni-Man and Invincible because they are very fast in their own right, given that they're speed feats. And also, the Elliot Goes to School team will be so crazy that Nolan and Mark won't be really able to comprehend what's going on between them and won't exactly know, how to really beat them because they're also very fast too. Because the Elliot and Friends team can pretty much dodge bullets, because most of them can scale to Elliot, if not all of them can scale to Elliot in terms of bullet dodging feats as seen in field pep rallies. So yeah, and overall, this will be a really close fight, but in the end, in a really high diff battle, Team Elliot and Friends win. The winner is Elliot and Friends. Our Elliot and Friends, yeah. Sorry about that. They're the winners.